guys, it's Katie with String Expert. Today we're working on Ode To Joy, and it's such a fun piece to get started playing the violin on. So if you haven't watched my video on how to hold the violin, then you should go back and do that. It's really important to get started with great technique, and learning about how to hold the violin and how to put on a shoulder rest is really, really important. Now, when we hold the violin, we want to think about looking straight ahead. We sort of think of our whole body as being a nice solid tree trunk. So we're really straight, and then our arms are the branches that sort of branch out. And so if we're not solid this way, it makes it very difficult to play. Now what happens a lot of times with beginners is they sort of get excited about playing, but then they turn their head this way because they think that's the right way to do it. They bend their head down like this because they think that's another good way to do it. Or they improperly put on their shoulder rest, and it makes it very difficult to hold the violin. Holding the violin should become a very easy, effortless thing. It shouldn't be difficult at all. If you're pulling your neck this way to hold on to it and you're straining your neck, that's really bad on your neck and not very healthy. And it usually means that your shoulder rest is in the wrong spot. Or if you're turning this way, same thing. So spend a lot of time getting your shoulder rest into the right spot. So we look straight ahead, and our violin should just fit underneath our chin just like this. And our hands just sort of should be able to float freely with me holding the violin underneath with my chin. Now, a lot of students like to grab the violin and hold it with their wrist like this. This is such a bad idea because we don't hold the violin at all with our hand. Our hand needs to flow freely. So you want to think about having a nice straight wrist that goes up just like this. Now, we have finger tapes here for a reason. Finger tapes are very, very important because finger tapes tell us where to put our fingers on the instrument. So if you don't have finger tapes yet, you should get them yesterday. Make sure you do that. It's so, so important. So you can get finger tapes through a luthier or a local music store. They typically will do it for free. You just bring in your instrument and say, hey, can you do this? The other option would be if you order an instrument online from a quality retailer, you call them and say, hey, will you put on the finger tapes? Most of them will do that for you. The third option is if you don't have a music store, you already have your instrument, there isn't anything available to you, you can go to my website and I have the video on how to put on finger tapes, and you can make some and put them on yourself. Okay, now the standard for finger tapes comes just like this, but I always like to add one extra tape because I think it's really crucial in making sure that we hold the violin correctly. So grab some sort of sticker of some kind or a label, something that's not permanent to the violin, and we're going to attach it right between these two finger tapes on the side here, just like that. And the reason that we do this is because it tells our thumb where to put and where to stay at. So we don't want our thumb back here or over here. We want our thumb right in between our two finger tapes. And then our fingers sort of curve around, and we put our first finger on the first tape, which is our pointer finger, second finger on the second tape, third finger on the third tape, fourth finger on the fourth tape. And this works no matter what string we're on. Our first finger will always be on the first tape, second finger on the second tape, third finger on the third tape. And then the other thing that we need to learn is the string names, because that's really important. So we need to know the finger numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we also need to know the string names. So we have the smallest string over here, which is the E string. Then we have the A string, next, the D string, and the lowest, and my personal favorite, the G string over here. So for example, if we're learning a piece of music and I say we want to play D2, what that means is we're going to put 2 fingers down on the D string. Or if you say A1, then we're going to put 1 finger down on the A string. Okay, let's get started learning. So go ahead and look straight ahead like a solid string trunk. Put your violin underneath your chin. Your thumb goes right on its marker. And for now, we're just going to pluck the notes, and then we're going to grab our bow and we're going to play the notes. So how we pluck the notes is we put our thumb on the fingerboard and we gently pull the string. Not too light, not too hard, just sort of right in the middle. Okay, so we're going to start with D2. So we're going to put our first finger on the first tape, and our second finger on the second tape. And we're gonna play D2, D2. Then we're gonna play D3, and then A open, so take all 3 fingers off and play an open string. Then we're gonna play D3, D2, D1, D open. Let's try that. D2, D2, D3, A open, D3, D2, D1, and then we're gonna go D open, D1, D2, D2, D1, and D1 again. And then we have D2, D2, D3, A open, D3, D2, D1, D open, D1, D2, D2, I'm sorry, just one D2, then D1, D open again, and that is the entire first part of Ode To Joy. So let's go through it again nice and slowly. We want to be very careful and very mindful to follow and make sure we play all the notes correctly, because we want to make sure that we're playing the song correct. Okay, from the beginning. D2, D2, D3, A open, D3, D2, D1, D open, D1, D2, D2, D1, D1 again, D2, D2, D3, D open, A open, D3, D2, D1, D open, D1, D2, D1, D open. Let's pluck through, and at this time I'm not going to tell you the notes, so follow along and play with me if you can. Now we're going to play this using the bow. So go ahead and grab your violin bow, and what we want to do is start by getting the bow hold first. So you can either set your violin down or hold the bow with your other hand. So with your right hand, what we're going to do is we're going to make sort of like a bunny or rock star shape, depending on your age. So a bunny rabbit, we have the 2 mouth here, and if you imagine there's 2 eyes right here and right here. And then we have our thumb as the other part of the mouth. And we have our 2 ears up here. But we don't want to be the rock star bunny, we want to be the soft-eared bunny. So we're going to curve it around like this. And you can sort of like pretend like this is a bunny. Or if you're a big rocker person, you're going to make that same rock star symbol and then just curve your hands around. Now your thumb needs to curve into a C, and this is where a lot of students go wrong. They want to do something sort of like this, where they're sort of squeezing their thumb together, but instead we don't want to do that. We want to make a C to the point where we can sort of look and see you. If our thumb is wrong and it's squished together, we're not going to be able to do that. This is really important because we don't want this part to collapse as we're playing, because it's not going to work very well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put our thumb on the silver point and our 2 fingers over top. Now, very quickly, we're going to move our thumb and put it in a different spot. For the first 2 songs, so I want you to have your thumb right here. Then we're going to have our pinky on top and our pointer right here, and away we go. And it's really important that you get your bow hold first, because it's very difficult to do both the bow hold and the violin at the same time. The bow hold is surprisingly complicated, so let's work on that first. Okay, then we're going to put our violin up underneath our chin, just like this, putting our thumb right on the sticker. And we're going to start by gently pulling the string with D2, D2. Then D3, A open, D3, D1, D1, D2, D2, D3, D open, A open, D3, D2, D1, D open, D open, D1, D2, D1, D open. Let's try playing through that without me talking. So that's the first half of Ode to Joy. Join me next time where we're going to work on the second half.